Hi, planner friends, and welcome to this week's plan with me. This week is, or next week, I guess, but I don't know when I'm going to post it, hopefully by Sunday. So the week that I'm decorating is going to be the 15th through the 21st. And one of the days on the 16th is Mardi Gras. So I decided to go with a Mardi Gras theme for this week. And what I wanted to do was keep it kind of simple, but I wanted to spread kind of like have Mardi Gras beads going across both pages just to kind of make that design kind of a one big flowy design. And I also decided to do a Mardi Gras girl holding a mask in the corner. So here what you see is I use this really cool tool that I got from, I want to say Hobby Lobby. I think it was like $5 or something. But it's got a whole bunch of circle stencils on there, like in different sizes. And also the inside part of that twists. So you can make like bigger circles, and then you can also draw lines like for the tracker, for the monthly tracker, you can do those. And these are the markers that and pens that I decided to use. Again, it's the creative expression and the um, creative Bible journaling markers, so those are a little bit thinner. And so I kind of wanted to use a combination of those three colors, the purple and yellow and green. And the last ones I'm holding up here, these I got from Daiso, Japan. They are glitter jelly rolls. And I gotta say, these are like my favorite pens because they are just so pretty. They make everything so cute and sparkly. So those are the three colors that I went with because, well, those are Mardi Gras colors. And then I started planning out after I drew the circle or the outline of the circles on. I went through and kind of tried to mark which colors I'm going to do in which bubbles or which beads I'm going to color what. And it kind of went a little bit different once I actually got in there. So some of them I kind of left alone just to kind of see like, well, what's going to look good. And I wanted to do the sparkly ones just kind of randomly. Like I didn't want everything to be sparkly. And also I was a little nervous about how it's gonna turn out. Like I wasn't sure if it was gonna start smearing or if it was gonna get onto the other page. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do a few here and there. So then I took my black pen and again my little tracing tool there, and I went through and traced all of the circles in black. So it'll give me a nicer outline. But with some of the pens, it didn't even matter that I did this. So I kind of used up a whole lot of time, kind of for nothing, but it's okay. With some of them, it did show up. And the one thing that really got to me was when I did the yellow marker, when I was coloring that in, because it picked up on the ink from that black pen and it got on the marker and started flowing into the yellow design. So that was my whoops moment, but this is the first time that I did something like this. So, well, now hopefully I'll remember for next time and I won't make the same mistake. So after I did all of the coloring or all the outlining of the black circles, I started coloring everything in, and I will skip through just so you guys don't have to sit there and watch this entire thing, the entire process. It took me forever, you guys. Like when I first uploaded all of these videos into my editing software, I think it was like almost 2 hours. So I sped through pretty much everything and I decided to do a voiceover. Otherwise, we would be sitting here forever and ever. So here's the first color that I'm putting down. It's that sparkly purple, and you can't really tell how awesome it shows up, but it's got like just enough of that glitter in that pen that makes it really, really fun. I actually ended up going to Daiso and getting another set of these pens. And I was super excited that they actually had them because the first set, the one that I'm using in this video, I got it probably like a few years ago. So I was not expecting that I was ever going to be able to find these exact pens again. And I was super excited when I actually did because they're just so, so, so pretty. So next I moved on to coloring in with the markers. And here I learned that coloring with these markers, it gives them like weird streaky lines. And then I went to the creative Bibling markers that I have, and they're pretty dark. So I was concerned that they're going to bleed through to the other side of the paper, which they didn't. I flipped it over probably like 10 times just to make sure, but everything turned out to be okay. Next, I went in and I outlined the girl. I did the outline again in my black Pentel regular black pen, and the rest I colored in again using the same pens that I used to color in the bubbles. So I pulled a couple of other markers. You can see that there's some um, lighter purple beads that are in there now. So that was a regular Crayola marker that I had laying around, but it worked out really well. So I do like that lighter color. So I decided to do the girl in those three colors for Mardi Gras too. So the hair I did in purple, and I used a number of different markers for this just to kind of give it texture and make it look really cool. So the curls that I outlined in black, I went back and I did that with the purple sparkly pen. And that's kind of, I felt like maybe that's going to do like a little bit of a sparkly highlight in her hair. I was hoping it's going to turn out, um, give it a little more texture and make it a little more interesting, which it did. So I'm very excited about that. And then I found one of the creative markers also that was purple, even though on the outside it looks like it's blue. But you'll see it, I'll be using it in just a second here. And so here's that lighter purple Crayola highlighter. It's got a thick tip to it, so it wasn't very easy coloring everything in. It was actually got a little bit complicated. So that's why I decided to go in with some more purple markers and touch up the areas where I just kind of missed, where I couldn't quite get into where I needed to get into. So that's why kind of why you're seeing all of these purples in her hair, but it ended up working out well. And then the yellow for the girl I put on the mask, just because I think if I was to do this again, I probably would have done a green mask and a yellow vest on her. But for some reason, I decided to go with a green vest, and I feel like it's not quite exactly how I want it to be, but that's okay. This is, I'm still learning how to do this whole happy planner and decorating stuff. So live and learn. Hopefully in my next spreads, I'll be a little more comfortable using all of these colors and stuff. And then I went through and I outlined all of the boxes the same way that I did in my last couple of videos. I really like this technique rather than, having it pre-printed on the page, because then I'm going to have to erase everything, like use whiteout to make sure nothing shows up behind the design that I'm doing. So here I am marking everything out, and I decided to do the purple pen. I like the purple pen. I think maybe I could have chosen another color, but overall, I'm pretty happy with this. And then here I'm going through with the monthly or the daily boxes, and I'm adding in some lines for my to-dos. And the one thing that like drives me a little bit nuts about these lines is they don't go all the way from side to side. And I don't remember where I got this stencil, so it's not a Happy Planner one for sure. So maybe the Happy Planner one is a little bit better, but we'll see. Up until I find that, I'm just going to make do with what I have. This does definitely make it really easy to make the lines that I need for the dailies. And then this is pretty much it, you guys. So here's that tool that I used. And here is how the spread turned out. I think it looks really, really fun, and I am super excited to use it. And thank you so much for joining me on this plan with me. And I hope you click that like button and subscribe if you want to see any more of my videos. And again, thank you so much. See you guys later.